shown me his railcard photograph, and he actually looks like a serial killer.
Give me a chance to defend myself. I gotta defend
Go
myself.
on, defend yourself then.
My face is inherently like
Serial
aggressive
killery.
and serial killery. And for these things, they say like don't smile. They always be like.
But you can smile in your rail card. It's not a passport.
You
Look at
can't.
that.
Look at.
2 taxis and a
Yes.
train later. We are finally at the airport. So we're in Pret, and I just had such a weird interaction with the woman behind the counter. I wanted a cup for this, but she was busy. Yeah, so I didn't want to interrupt her.
She was in no hurry, but.
So I just reached round, like literally just, I was not like way behind the counter, I just reached round to get a cup. And she looked at me like I'd threatened her with a knife. I don't know, it was so awkward. And I was like, oh, I'm just getting a cup. And she was like, well, you're not allowed to be behind here. And I was like, I'm not really behind here. I just grab it, like, okay, like it's fine. I get it, but it was just like the tone was really weird. Like I'd done something crazy. I don't know, maybe I surprised her. Maybe I like made her jump or something, because she was like looked so shocked. I was like, oh, okay. This alarm keeps going off. It's driving me nuts. We've only gone and bloody made it. I can hear a dog. Does that do good? I've got my doggy back. We've already found a bird that we want to see, because we can hear them tweeting. They're called Serens, and they look a lot like Siskins, but they're different.
Yes, and they're very irritating because I can't catch them.
We can't get them. We have got binoculars. Peter has realised that he hasn't brought any shirts. I don't know how you could even do that, but apparently he has. We thought we'd have a nice relaxing time in the hot tub with champagne.
We did.
And it's not really turned out that way. Turns out this hot tub is probably built for 1, maybe 2 people.
2 people, I think.
Oh.
Is a good number.
Dad and Peter are drunk though, so they're fine. Me and Mum are just uncomfortable.
If you listen to it, like touch my shoulders in.
He keeps thinking he's going to jump in and then he doesn't. Luckily, he's actually a bit nervous about water, which is good, because I don't think we need another being in here right now, do we really? Made it to Marbella. Dad tried his hardest to crash the car in the car park, but we managed. Problem is, it's sort of designed for small Spanish cars, and we have what I like to call a big wanky American car. Everyone's getting their pictures down there, I guess. It's very, very pretty. Which one's your favourite? You two?
I quite like this one. I quite like this one in the town with the proper terrace.
Yeah.
Terrace.
How much does a million something euros in?
Probably about 900,000, is it? Something
Oh,
like that.
so nothing then?
Nothing.
Quite hot now as well. How hot's it supposed to be?
Well, that's why I brought us here, because it's about 17, I think.
It was cooled down a lot where we're staying. 10 degrees, 10 or 11, so it's a bit cool. I like trying to read the signs, because the signs don't cut you off and start speaking to you in English. So I actually have time to think.
It probably will do once AI gets its way.
Well, yeah. There's so many things to see and comment on, and Dad is spending 90% of the time talking about either cars or the roads. You like the roads, aren't you? You're a fan of the
I'm
roads.
a fan of the roads. The roads are great.
Which is obviously the main thing you come to Spain to see, is the roads. Okay. Archie's actually been very good. He's an absolute nightmare anywhere where there's people, other dogs. But he's not been too bad so far. Have got him on a very short lead, bought especially for this purpose. I just had to do my first no es amable regarding the dog.
And he said his cara was bonito.
We are struggling somewhat with steps given Mum's ankle. We're now in the newer part of town and we are trying to find the beach. I think it's down here. Look at that. That sea is so blue. I know that seems like an obvious thing to say, but like in Scotland sometimes the sea looks grey. Just having a little stroll on the beach. Left Mum and Dad behind because of Mum's dodgy foot. How's the digging, Arch? Good digging? Yeah, good digging. Oh, kisses. We're trying to find somewhere for lunch, and not to brag, but I did ask that place for the menu in Spanish. Even though it did take me 5 to 10 business days to figure out what I wanted to say. I am an absolute sucker for a nice floor, and the Spanish do nice floors. Two all wrapped up in their blankets. You wouldn't believe they lived in Scotland, would you?
It freezes.
I mean, I like to even hand the camera to yourself there.
Caught me. It's not exactly cold, but when the
Yeah,
fuerte valiente, but when the wind picks up, it is a little chilly, and they've got all these blankets on the chairs. Oh, Archie's very brave. Look at him and his muzzle. Oh, I'm sorry, lovey. I have brought cheese for him though, so it's not that bad. Well, that was okay. Not the best tapas ever, but it was alright. I'm not a big fan of Spanish sort of cakes and biscuits and stuff like that. That's just my opinion. Feel free to disagree. Maybe I've just been going to the wrong places. But one thing they are really good at is sort of set custards and like desserts. And I wanted to show you this one because firstly it's delicious, but it just looks so insane to me. You open it up, it looks like someone made a mistake in the factory. There's just this big old biscuit floating in the custard. Are very lovely. Oh, cats, Archie. More friends for you. On El Torcal today, which you can see from the back of our house. It's a karst landscape, Dad says. I think made from limestone and lots of sea creatures. It reminds me a bit of Arizona and places like that, except different colour. Yeah, it's a national park. Do you want to do it?
And it used to be sea-based.
Yeah, we've said that. Well, I mean, I assume that people can work out that's how the sea creatures got here. They didn't crawl up and die. And it's about 10 degrees today, so practically freezing.
Well, I did suggest we went to Portugal. Nobody could get up in time.
We've seen some very exciting birds.
A hoopoe.
A hoopoe, which we saw in one in Egypt, but we didn't get a great look at it. But this time it landed, it was like right in front of the car. And we keep seeing, they're either eagles or I think they've got vultures up here, but great big birds of prey circling. So we're on the lookout for those as well. We have got our binoculares. I'm pretty sure that's how you say it. Or I might have made that up, just made binoculars sound Spanish. We think we can hear a stone chat in this bush, but we can't see it. The problem with birds is that they move. We've just seen 2 ibex, which are sort of deer type things with really big antlers. I might have seen them in a zoo somewhere, but I've certainly never seen them just out and about. This is a cool little plant. What is that? It's like spongy. We've looked it up and it's giant feral apparently. So cool. I just sprinted back over the rocks to try and get some video. They're so fearless as well. I've seen them go right across the, you know, like from a distance, go right across the path in front of people. They're not scared of people at all. Just admiring all this strata in the rock. Some really cool formations. To be honest, we couldn't pick out any of the official ones. You know, there's like named ones, but we couldn't pick them out because they all look the same. I mean, they're cool, but all the same. Our original plan today was to go to Granada, and then we decided the weather was too bad there, so then we're going to go to Puerto Banús. Then Mum said she wasn't going to come because she had a really bad night's sleep, but then we were about to leave, and at the last minute she decided she is going to come. That's a lot of changing for me. I'm a little stressed. It's also 30 minutes later than we said we were going to leave.
It was a tenth of the price of the one I thought about buying.
Here we go. There's the sea.
Archieweed on a...
There's the mountain.
And we've got palm trees, yes, archieweed on a sign, just as we were exiting the car park. Perfectly trained. You can tell they're fancy shops because all their logos are black and white.
The real drip.
The real, Peter, I'm wearing the real drip. I wouldn't. Get me Tesco's F&F any day.
Yes.
Is it just me, or does it feel a bit unfriendly?
Yeah, it feels a bit up itself, to be honest. But it's
does a
nice
little
to
bit.
see it.
It is nice though.
It's not as sunny as
nice
it
to
promised
see.
it would be, which I find unforgivable.
Is that unforgivable?
It is warm.
Yeah.
It is warm.
Well, she didn't even want to get out of bed today.
No.
She was in a right strop.
I was in a bit of a bad mood.
Oh, there's my outfit. Is that your outfit?
Yeah.
Are you
that's
sure?
the one.
Gucci. Actually, I do quite like Gucci. I've never bought any because it's too fucking expensive, but I like the look of it. Dad's noticing lots of cars.
Kids?
Yeah, what?
British.
Oh, British car. British car. Archie's just decided to try to pick a fight with this great big...
The dog that's like the toughest guy in the prison in
Yeah.
the cartoon. Like, got like chains on it, big muzzle.
Yeah.
You know,
This like big security dog.
and Archie's like, yeah,
Archie's like, woof, woof, woof. Because you like to embarrass me like that, don't you? Huevos grandes, pero cerebro pequeño. There are some fancy looking yachts around here. So you're not going to go for a big yacht?
No, medium yacht.
Medium yacht, okay.
Medium yacht. Small yacht, you can't
Just
really
a couple
live
of
on it.
million, nothing too
nothing
flashy.
too big.
Are you going to invite me on it, or
No.
is it just a you thing? Okay, all right, cool.
Me thing.
Cool,
Only
I
me.
guess. All of us, apart from Mum, gone for some banana milkshakes.
Nice too.
Oh, that is nice.